Welcome, Collective, to your Monday, June 30th, 2025 weekly energetic update. So today I just kind of want to see what wants to come out for the collective. So we'll just kind of see what Spirit wants to say, what the universe has in store, any advice. So we'll just kind of go with the flow and see what comes out. Continuing on with our Cat Tarot deck. I hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. I know I have been, so. But most importantly, guys, regardless, I most likely would have gotten this deck anyway because, like I said, this deck showed itself to me and introduced itself to me, and so I was able to I handled it a few times doing readings for one of my girlfriends who was actually gifted this deck by one of her friends that she met not too long ago. So, just very interesting. So when I saw it at the bookstore, it was kind of like, I knew I had to have it. It was the second time I had seen it. So, as I say, that Emperor at the bottom of the deck. So I think you guys are overall very self-confident in your abilities to harness the energies and, use them as you so see fit, okay? I do feel, though, that there may be a little bit of, because if I'm not mistaken, in the Emperor card here in this deck, I believe that was, if I'm not mistaken, the cat, the cat in that specific card has a cone around the neck. So there is something, either it's like I feel like perhaps the collective is feeling, or not even feeling, but in a way it's like you guys are still kind of recuperating, if you will. It's like you guys aren't fully ready yet to kind of harness the new energies, because I feel like, especially moving in here to the summer months with the summer solstice having occurred, if I'm not mistaken, it was last Friday, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was June 27th. Or no, that was the new moon. What am I talking about? The summer solstice. Yeah, that was before then, but there's something about, there's new. It's just like it's a new chapter ahead, and so I think you guys may be, if anything, working like behind the scenes. So, deck has been split. So again, we're just going to kind of see what wants to come out, but my aim is for 3 cards, and then we can kind of clarify off of that. So whatever wants to come out, collective. Simply tapping into the vortex and essentially seeing what you guys want to tell me. That's 1, 2. All right. 4 wanted to come out, so we're going to definitely leave that there. Bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Wands, which has been making, I'm going to say, quite the appearance lately, especially with the Cat Tarot deck. Okay. I just happen to, I happen to split the deck there. There, 2 of Wands here. So as I said, it's like with that cone that the Emperor had, at this time, it's like you're still in the background making plans. Again, like I said, you guys haven't been necessarily making like any massive moves or anything. It's like you guys are just making plans, assessing the situation, looking at what is, so I feel like, because it's like you guys really, with the Emperor, you really are harnessing the energies of almost of your true purpose, of your knowing, of your understanding. And then, as I was talking about with the 10 of Wands here, there's something here where you're not necessarily I just feel like you have a lot. There's a lot of energy here, okay? You can see that in the Ten of Wands. Typically, it typically represents the Ten of Wands, just very holistically as a burden, okay? So the energies here are, it's a lot to take in, and that's why I feel like, I want to see if I can, perhaps, there's the Emperor. I didn't want to get too far along in the deck, but here he is. And so you can see here, it's like I don't know if there's a little bit, not necessarily annoyed, okay? That's not quite what I'm getting here, but it's just there's a lot of energy right now, and that's why you feel like you just kind of want to stay with the cone on until you're really ready, because you don't, and it's not about necessarily healing, it's just that there's a lot of energy, because the Wands as a suit, it really does speak to energy, creativity, momentum, movement. So, but here in the energies here, I'm just kind of getting like there may be so much going on that you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna let I just need to just chill for a little bit. So that's kind of essentially the energy that I'm picking up on there, and I'll leave the Emperor. But let's I'll toss him back in the deck here. Okay, just tossed him somewhere in the middle of the deck. But let's see who wants to come out for you guys. The one that we see right off the bat is the Seven of Cups, and that is coming in here in the reverse. I was just speaking to all this energy that right now you almost don't feel. This card, the Seven of Cups, it does, especially in the reverse, but it speaks to, and whether it was in the reverse or not, the fact that it's accompanied with. So that's why readers will. Some readers will, really stick to one way of reading. Some incorporate both, and I'm one of those. It doesn't matter how it comes out. I mean, you know what I mean? It just, because my cards, like, they're shuffled all over the place multiple times a day. Like, I'm, turning into the deck and upside right up, all that kind of stuff. Sorry, I lost my train of thought because it is meowing. So, there's some confusion here. Okay. Now, with that being said, there may be some confusion because, again, there's so much here. You don't even know which one you want to play with, right? Or you don't even know which path you want to choose, or which creative outlet you want to start with, or what project you want to, start on. So even though there's confusion, in a way, it's a good thing because that means that there's possibilities. And we'll just take with the Ten of Wands just as an example. There's 10 routes you could take here, or 10 creative outlets you could pursue. But right now, again, you're just, there's an energy of confusion here. I've come to just, I imagine that's like when he's in his hunting or playing mode. But I've never actually heard another cat do that. But it's just really funny because he's been doing it a lot more lately. It's been years I've been trying to really catch that on video. And anyhow. So guys, okay. Now, okay. What are you confused about? And there's also something here with the fish in the background. There's like a fish wallpaper. Well, in addition to the overall suit, like the cups, it speaks to our emotional nature, right? The emotional energies, the intuitive nature. And so it's like there is, obviously, a call to tap into that, really try to rely on that intuition, or at least start trying to tap into it. But I feel like right now you're not necessarily leaning on your intuition, or you're not really doing much. It's like I said, you're really just kind of, I think I said recuperating in the beginning, and that's just, I feel like you're in a recuperative state. But with that being said, you may, oh my goodness. Where was I going with that? Oh, that I feel like I'm getting an energy that, though, like you're kind of an energy of just distracting, or not even purposely distracting yourself, but you're doing other things right now that again, because you're just resting. So, maybe you're just chilling and like watching movies, you know what I mean, watching shows, maybe playing some video games, things that I feel like you haven't done in a while. Maybe you're just, again, you're really just maybe really even homebody right now, but you're just really chilling at the house, I feel like, or however that looks like to you. But again, you're still a little, you're on high alert, and I actually haven't said that yet about the Ten of Wands with this deck, but as I'm noticing now, the way that the cat's ears are, you know what I mean, they don't look relaxed to me. It looks like, you know what I mean, the cat here is definitely, I was going to say, could be being distracted by something, but if not, then just, again, you're just not thinking about it right now, whatever that thing is. But as I was saying, there could be something here, that would really, help you, or something here that would really help you is to, again, tap into your intuition. Well, what does that mean? That could mean like a whole bunch of things to different people. It could be as simple as just engaging in activities that bring you pleasure, incorporating some kind of new spiritual meditation or spiritual practices. That could include medication. That could include meditation, which is a form, of just of spiritual work. So whether you have or haven't meditated before, it's just an example. You could touch on looking into breath work and incorporating that. So whatever, grounding, getting out in nature, putting your feet on the grass, things like that, especially here again, in the months of June, July, and, just get out in the sun, get out in the heat. Now I pulled an extra clarifier here for, perhaps what you're confused about. We have the 7, so another 7. So 7 could be 7 could be of importance to you guys. And take a quick look. So it's not really what I wanted. Sometimes it's so funny how I'm literally in Google just simply trying to look up numerology numbers, and it's acting like it doesn't know what on earth I'm asking. Okay, here we go. So I wanted to look up exactly what 7, or not exactly, but what the general interpretation is for 7 in numerology. So there's a challenge here, or a test, an obstacle, an assessment, but this also speaks to taking action. So it's kind of time, or whenever you guys are ready, but the universe is ready for you to take action. So I'm glad I looked that up. But that is going to be the 7 of Swords. Yeah, and I just wanted to make sure. So the swords here in this deck are represented by claws or fangs. All right, so the 7 of Swords here, this card, it can speak to theft. What I'm getting right now is almost like it could be, take this as resonate, either a theft of your energy, or where you went through a period where you just feel like you're kind of just getting over this period of exhaustion, but you've been putting a lot of energy out there, and so whether that was to someone, or a connection, or a career, job opportunity, or even in the area of of finances, it's a kind of overextending yourself, and it perhaps cause, like I said, with those fish there on the wallpaper, some type of just emotional what was I saying? It caused, not cause, but you're just, again, you were in a period here where you just felt like emotionally exhausted even. So what now? No. The Six of Wands. All right, guys, so I just feel like, just take a look at the imagery. If you can get to a place of, of course, you need to get to a place of of having healed yourself. But once you get that, just work on healing yourself, on integrating, and on forward movement at this time. You are in a period of harmony and seeking peace. That's probably why you've just kind of been keeping to yourself here. So you don't want to deal with any emotional drainage, essentially, okay? But so with the Six of Wands here, it really represents victory. And the Six of Wands in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is represented, if you guys are familiar with the imagery, with one man on a horse and then 5 others, friends, support system that are on the floor next to some more horses. So there's, I pulled this card essentially as, so like what next, any advice, but guys, with the Six of Wands here, it's like your advice is go for it, but when you're ready, okay? Don't if you're not ready yet, then you're not ready, but once you're ready, you can be, rest assured that there's going to be victory ahead and success, because you guys do have your eyes on the prize, but you want to make sure that, that it's not going to emotionally drain you, that it's going to serve your highest good, all that jazz. All right, so let's see what else came out. Awesome. So we have the Hanged Man in the reverse. This is Major Arcana number 12. I just feel like, still in the energy of you don't necessarily know what to do. You're a little perhaps worried about something here. Or it's because I was going to say when I first looked at this, if I didn't say it already, it's you don't want to let go. Even though you're a cat, not that you're not going to get hurt, you know what I mean? If you let go, you're going to easily land on your feet. But there's something here though to where there's an avoidance, and there's something here too. I feel like you guys need to make a sacrifice, and I don't know. Let's pull a little more for that. Well, 2 cards wanted to come out here. That's the 8. Well, we'll start with, first of all, Major Arcana of the World that did come out on its side. So whatever this is that you're waiting on or haven't made a move on yet, it's your path forward can either be successful or not. But the fact, remember that we saw the Six of Wands here, guys, that is victory, that is success. So you have to just, put your faith in yourself. But it is going to be a turning point here. But again, there's a sacrifice that needs to be made, and sacrifice might be a very heavy word. It's something needs. It's something needs to let go. Something needs to be let go of, or you need to just maybe let go of a fear or of what others will think of you, or of, I'm not sure again what the situation is. I do forget we have the 8 of Cups here also in the reverse. I mean, to me, it's interesting. You know, these total 20, and world is coming in as 21. So 2021, you know, combination of 2 zeros, ones could be of significance to you, or something to do with a birth date. I just talked about there's something that's got to be let go of here, because the Eight of Cups, you know, it speaks to it having to make the hard choice, and it's almost like a departure, okay? And but again, you don't want to make that move. You don't want to leave. Maybe you're not. This is a comfort spot to you. But guys, there is something here then about making a sacrifice, something to do with a departure. You guys really are going to know more so what this means, you know, or as it so resonates to you. Because again, guys, these are just very, very super general collective messages. So, you know, you know, for those of you that are ever interested in a more personal, in-depth reading, you know, my information is in the description. So please feel free to reach out. I mean, let's just see if we can get some more information on what needs to be let go of. The Nine of Wands. Yes, guys, you need to come out of your comfort zone, or you need to leave your hiding spot or your safe zone. As you can see, it's like the cat has built a wall around itself almost. But this does represent strength. So whatever it is, guys, you know, you just have to build up the strength, and again, either let go of what's no longer serving you, or you got to leave something. There's something about a departure here. You need to make a move. Maybe leave a situation that's no longer serving you, especially emotionally, here with the Cups. But you are protected. So it's like you feel like maybe you have to protect yourself, but in reality, regardless of whether you built this wall or not, it's like you haven't, regardless source, the universe is protecting you, even if you know what I mean? I hope I said that right. So guys, you know, again, there's something here about tapping into that inner strength, departing some situation here, or again, letting go of something. You can see in both images, like you guys are really holding on for dear life. And even here, you're thinking about, like, you know what I mean, how cats are. You're thinking about, like, maybe putting your energy back out there, testing the waters, but you haven't. You know, again, you're still over here playing with your string. All right, everyone. So you just got to tap into that strength, guys, because I don't know what else to tell you other than, you know, the universe is literally telling you victory, success are yours to have when you're ready. Because right now, you still feel like there's a lot going on in the energy, but when you're ready to let go of all that, or again, maybe you need to get out of this environment into your own environment, however it resonates, but you know, that'll allow you to start alchemizing the energies, to start experiencing new energies or changing the energy, you know, however it looks like to you. All right, my friends, let's see what it came out last. The Two of Cups. All right, and then it was clarified because two came out with each other, and I'll let you guys take a look. The Two of Cups, so, you know, the two in numerology, it's all about balance, union, and it can also speak to, you know, making a decision. And it can also speak to partnerships, but very specifically in this, you know, in the Cat Tarot deck, you can see how their tails are wrapped around, you know, really showing you that union, possibly even duality. But there's something here, okay, that, so maybe you want to bring something into balance, or maybe you have just Two of Cups energy on your mind. Now let's see, we're clarified here. I have yet to pull this card. This is the Four of Pentacles. Okay. First message that I'm getting is that I do really feel that perhaps there is a Two of Cups situation. That you need, there's no stability in it with this Four of Pentacles in the reverse, okay? So there's some kind of Two of Cups situation. You know, whether that's a love romance or not. I mean, this could be a best friend, you know, a very trusted work colleague, or so you thought type of thing, you know, whatever the case. It could, literally, the situations could resonate differently for everyone. But the fact of the matter here, there's some instability and some type of connection that you have with someone or to something. Because this is about balance. And this is about stability. But while you're, you know, so what we're saying is that this, you know, that there's a disconnect here. There's, you know what I mean? The energies are opposite from each other. So it could very well be a situation here that you're still stuck on especially with, we saw the, what was it, the Eight of Cups. It was the Seven of Cups. Yeah, it was the Seven of Cups that we saw. So again, that there's something has just emotionally has you in a spot of just kind of distracting yourself at this time, not really wanting to let go, fearful of what's to come, not wanting to really tap into your intuition, possibly even your feelings. Like, have you really given a good reflection of the situation, or, you know, and so again, I'm saying you guys have built, you know, a wall a little, you know, built something around yourself, but it's time, you know, really is, you know, just the time to swing into action is when you're called to do so. But whatever this Two of Cups is, there's no stability in it, at least, you know, with the energies today. So let's see, let's get some advice here. Yeah, we had the Ace of Wands. I'm glad that came out because I think I forgot to mention it. I was going to say earlier that whatever this situation that has, you know, it's causing you emotional exhaustion, that's essentially preventing your energy from rising. It's preventing your creativity. It's preventing you from making a move. You know, the Ace of Wands, it's all about, you know what I mean, new beginnings, innocence, spontaneity. But of course right now you're not being spontaneous, and that's that's why I kept saying at the beginning of the reading, it's like I feel like you're not making a move, or like you're, you know what I mean? So but I think, and don't force yourself, but once you're really ready to understand, or if this so resonates with you that this Two of Cups situation truly is not bringing you the stability that you need, you know, and it's causing you to just be in these energies of standstill, of emotional exhaustion, of, you know, fearfulness, of, you know, all those energies, and you can, again, what I was saying was either letting something go or departuring, walking away from something. Okay, guys, so, I mean, you know, very, very straightforward messages today. I wish you all the best, and just know that a lot of us in the collective have been there multiple times and have gotten through it. And I can attest to that, myself. So I am single right now, but I'll just say like 2023 to 2024 was one hell of a ride, so. All right, guys, I'll see everyone in the next reading. Take care.